So yes, I blame Rolex. I think they kind of started it. Okay, there were colorful and quirky timepieces before, and there were tons of such watches from Swatch, for example, mostly priced around $100, but not many, if any, big brands were doing it on the grand scale, especially on timepieces costing thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars. At first, it was funny. Until it wasn't. What I mean is, other brands started to take note how popular these colorful Rolex watches were becoming, and more importantly, how much money Rolex was raking in just by splashing a bit of color on the dial. Yes, everyone jumped on the bandwagon, so this then, at least to some extent, explains the popularity of this playful and colorful San Martin. But is it just about the pretty face? I mean, the dial? Well, we have it here. Let's find out. Hello and welcome back. I really like how San Martin keeps on experimenting with new watch trends and designs. Okay, some trends do end up in a bit of a train wreck, like this Rolex homage Casio made out of tin foil that was selling for about $200 or $300 only a few months ago, and now eBay is full of them below retail. But some trends, especially if we get a solid build quality behind it, tend to stick around. And just in case if you don't believe me, take a look at this recent pink Tudor chronograph or this latest Breitling Super Ocean, both to some degree serious tool timepieces. I'm still not fully convinced about the pink Tudor, but maybe it's just me. And before we dig in fully into this video, for full disclosure, San Martin sent me this watch for review and I get to keep it. No money change hands, and the only prerequisite is for me to do my best and share a comprehensive review of this watch with my wonderful audience. That is you, lady and gentlemen. Hi, Mom. And of course, all the links where you can find this watch will be in the description of this video. So, when looking at this playful and at the same time somewhat subtle pastel-colored collection from San Martin, especially after pink Tudor, it does come across a bit reserved, but still cheerful. San Martin offers a few colorways and it is hard to pick a favorite. However, this orange-blue combination kind of reminds me of orange-flavored ice cream on a hot summer day, and hey, I can never say no to that. It is also one of San Martin's so-called original design collection, and it looks like the skin diver form factor is proving to be very popular with their customers, so San Martin is doing their best to capitalize on that. I only recently reviewed this somewhat similar GMT diver, also skin diver form factor from them, and it is proving also to be very popular. I will leave a link in the description to that review. So, dimensions and specifications. We have here 40.5mm case diameter, 12.4mm case height, lug-to-lug distance is 47.5mm, of course, 20mm lug width, giving us that well-proportioned 1:2 ratio of lug width to case diameter. And the supplied FKM rubber strap has a nice taper down to 16mm by the buckle. The supplied rubber strap can cover wrists up to 8.5 inches or about 21.5 cm in circumference. And as supplied, this watch weighs 93 grams. Now, no surprises on the movement side. We have here tried and tested Seiko NH35, a very dependable Japanese automatic mechanical movement that beats at 21,600 vibrations per hour and has about 41 hours of power reserve. Now, I actually do have a point about this movement that I think we need to address. And it is not just me, it has been mentioned quite frequently in the comments to San Martin videos. But I will hold it until we get to the verdict discussion at the end. We have here a very well sculpted case. The case lines are very simple and elegant. We have satin brushing finish pretty much all around. The case facets are crisp, and the choice of different brushing directions even further accentuates the facet definition. We have longitudinal brushing along the flanks, circular brushing on top of the lugs, and vertical brushing between the lugs. On the right side, we have a nicely sculpted crown guards that almost hug well-proportioned side screw-down crown. There's not much going on the back of the case, just a screw-on back case finished in the circular brushing. I like the curvature of the lugs. The case is very comfortable on the wrist, and with the use of the screw-on back case and screw-down crown, San Martin declared 200 meters of water resistance on this watch. We have a slightly double-domed sapphire crystal with anti-reflective undercoating. The crystal is really clear and deals with reflections really well, so no complaints here. When it comes to bezel, we have a coin edge bezel with a matte blue ceramic insert. It is 120 click unidirectional diver bezel. The markings are crisp and we have a loomed pip at 12 o'clock position. The bezel action is excellent, the resistance is good, the coin edge grip is very comfortable. There is no backplay and the alignment is spot on. Really, it is one of those bezels that I feel like rotating just for the sake of it. It feels really that satisfying. And here is how it sounds. So yes, we finally get to take a closer look at this quite outstanding orange dial. Working our way from outside to the center, we have a lightish blue angled rehaut with minute markings, which create a nice visual transition from dark blue bezel and the pastel orange dial background. The dial background has a slight gradient to it, but a bit more lighter towards the center, and at the close inspection the background has a very subtle grainy texture which works very well in contrast with the high polished multifaceted applied hour markers and San Martin logo. Also an interesting detail, if we take a closer look at the macro shot of the dial, the minute track and the two lines of text above the 6 o'clock marker are printed, but it looks like the print is actually done on top of slightly protruding parts of the dial background. In other words, all these markings are already present on the dial and just printed on the top. Of course, we cannot miss the color matching date window, great attention to detail, and we get a somewhat already familiar set of hands. I think the hands fit the design very well, however, to be honest, it is looking very similar to San Martin's other watches, so I think San Martin could possibly exercise a bit of creativity here. However, having said that, some brands don't change their hands no matter what. Rolex is probably a very good example of it with its signature Mercedes and lollipop hands. Okay, to be fair, the second hand here is somewhat different and I like it. The pedal style tip of the second hand, as the rest of the elements on this dial are well filled with lume. Talking of which, here is the lume shot. Bright, consistently applied and lasts the distance. A really good lume performance here, can't complain. In terms of the bracelet, very familiar by now FKM Tropic rubber strap. I really like how the bracelet color coordinates with the rest of the watch. The bezel color and the strap color matches really well and creates a good and cohesive look to the skin diver. We also get here milled buckle with embossed branding and I think it looks really good too. So if you really want to get this watch on the FKM rubber, it fits really well. However, I would still advise to go for this stainless steel bracelet, and not just because there is anything wrong with the rubber strap, it's just this bracelet is so good, especially when it comes to functionality. First, it has quick release spring bars, so swapping it around is a matter of seconds and no tools needed. Second, even though it is a mesh bracelet, it has removable links which are connected by screws. Pretty cool at this price point. And third is the clasp that comes with this bracelet. It is a fully milled double pusher clasp and it is very well finished. It feels robust and it has this very useful on-the-fly adjustment. Okay, it does cost extra $30, but it definitely worth it, in my opinion. So, the price. At the time of making this video, there is apparently an upcoming end of June sale event, and it looks like we will get the price tag of around $198 on the rubber strap and around $234-ish on the bracelet. For the quality of the execution and for the originality of the design, I think this is a very sharp price. In terms of any points that I would consider for improvement, well, not a lot, or to be more accurate, there is one area that I referred to earlier and it gets mentioned quite often in the comments: the movement. Obviously, an H35 is a very reliable caliber and it is great for budget timepieces. However, once we climb out of the super budget territory and into $200 to $300 space, there are obviously some options like Miyota 9000 series, which has higher accuracy and also has good finishing and looks pretty good too, or Seagull ST2130, which has similar parameters as the Miyota and is also easy on the eye. And then maybe, just maybe, San Martin will do an exhibition casebag for us. I wonder if it will create as much of cataclysmic impact in the watch community as when Rolex did it to the Daytona Le Mans. Well, I guess there is only one way to find out. What do you think? Do let us know in the comments, and if you enjoy this review, you will most likely enjoy this one that I will put on the screen over here, and actually I'll put another one over here, and maybe over here. Well, just click any one of those. I'm sure you will enjoy them. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Take care, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.